So good morning, students. Let us hand-on training with C++. So in the previous class, we have seen various if conditions. That is the control structure of C++. Now, so next control structure, branching control is a switch statement. So its general syntax is switch expression, then case value, then block of code will be executed. After that, the break statement is encountered. Therefore, the control comes to the last statement. If the expression matches the value 2, that is in the case value 2, then statement block, this block will be executed, and then break statement encountered. Therefore, the control comes to the last statement. Okay, suppose if the value of the expression matches the value n, then nth block will be executed, and then control comes to next statement. Suppose if the expression is not matching value 1 to value n, then the default block will be executed, and then control comes to the next step. So this is the structure of a switch statement. So it evaluates expression. This is the flow chart. If the case value 1, then mean this block will be executed and control comes to the last statement. Similarly, expression matches 2, then the block of this code execute and control comes to the last statement, like that, etc. Suppose if the expression does not match all the case values, then the default block will be executed and the control comes to the next statement. Okay. Now we see one example, little example. So this is also like a general syntax. Suppose that the expression value is a 2. So this is the first step. So it checks the value 1, since it is not matching. Therefore, second step comes to the case value 2. Since this matches 2, so the statement block here will be execute and then break. That is the control comes to the statement n. Okay, that is the third step. Okay. Now, let us see one hand-on training programming example. I am defining int day. Day is a variable. Then cout so enter a number between 1 to 7. Then create that value in day, then use the switch statement, switch expression or value, switch day. Suppose that if you enter the value is 1, it is the case. Case 1. Then see out Monday. Then break case 2 see out Tuesday. Then case 3 see out Wednesday. Case 4 Thursday. Case 5 Friday. Case 6 Saturday. Case 7 Sunday. Default. Invalid day. Okay. Okay. Here I am defining a day. So enter a number between 1 and 7. So read the day. Depending upon the value of the day, the control will transfer. So here we have omitted the break statements. Okay. So that is important. The break statement is used to transfer the control to the out of the loop. Okay. This is not necessary. Okay. Now we want to execute this program. Okay. We find that an error. So what to do? So here. Right. Now execute it. Between one, suppose if you enter the wrong value. So invalid. That is the default block will be execute and control comes to the last statement. Okay. Again, we execute. Suppose if we give 5. So 5 is a Friday. Then execute. Then 2. So Tuesday. Okay. So this is the use of the switch case statements. Okay. Previously we have seen the various if statements. Therefore, so here we use the break statement. Okay. The break statement is a statement which is used to break, that is the come out from the loop. Okay. Now, let us say some other programs. Okay. Suppose that very simple program. So find square, not square. We take the program second degree equation. That is the quadratic equation. We want to solve the quadratic equation. So already we know the formula. The formula for the quadratic equation is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So the discriminant is here p square minus 4ac. If the discriminant value is equal to 0, then the roots are real and equal. If the discriminant value is greater than 0, then the roots are real and different. If the discriminant value is less than 0, means the roots are imaginary. Okay. Using this formula, we can write a program. Int a comma b comma c. So the coefficients, and then float r1, r2, let's say around. So root 1 and root 2. Then here we also define discriminant. Cout, enter a comma b comma c values. Enter 3 values, then read that values. C in A, B, C. So here we read 3 values. Then first we find the discriminant. Discriminant equal to b square. There is no square operation. So b into b square minus 4 into a into c, b square minus 4ac. Now we use the if conditions. If discriminant is less than 0, so the roots are Cout, the roots are imaginary. The roots are imaginary. Then we are not necessarily break here. Then if discriminant is greater than 0, the roots are real and different. Okay, let me find the roots. R1 equal to square root of, use the library function, square root of discriminant minus b plus. Therefore, we use the formula minus b plus square root of discriminant divided by 2 into A. Then R2 equal to minus B minus square root of discriminant divided by 2A. So this is the R2. See out R1 enter. See out R2 enter. Okay. The next, if discriminant equal to 0, then R1 equal to R2 equal to minus B divided by 2A. So both roots are equal. Then see out R1 enter. See out R2 enter. Okay. Right. So this is the program to find or to solve the quadratic equation. Here we want to include the mathematical library also. So include so math.h. Now we execute this program. Enter 1, 5, 6. Okay. So the roots are different. So this part will be executes. Okay. Then again run the program. So 1, 4, 7. The roots are imaginary. Okay. So this is the program to find. So another equal roots. So what are the coefficients? So 1 minus 3. 169. Okay, the roots are